check, just pull out, Quest Corp as well as Allsec Tech, both these stocks in focus. Allsec Tech is the one which is gaining a lot more because the companies have decided to amalgamate and merge the operations. And, at the current swap ratio of 74 shares of Quest Corp for 100 shares of Allsec, it would value Allsec at around 5.8 or 6% premium with yesterday's close as well, and which is what explains the exaggerated move on Allsec. Guruprasad Srinivasan, who's the ED and Group CEO at Quest Corp, now joins us with more. Thanks a lot, Guru, for joining in. First up, if you could explain, the kind of revenue as well as operational synergies that you see with this amalgamation.
Sure. Thanks, Mangam. Thanks for having me on this. First and foremost, this amalgamation proposal is, a good move to both shareholders of Allsec and Quest. And the shareholders of Allsec get more float once they subsume into Quest, and Quest has a larger float, so that's going to be to their advantage. Overall, while this process takes some time through the NCLT process, what does this bring in overall efficiency is that intensification of revenue by leveraging the larger Quest's customer base. That's going to help Allsec to gain more traction into the customer base of Quest. The HRO business complements very well with Quest's customer base, and also can be sold as a bundled offer to our customers. And they also get access to gain more infrastructure and the geographies that Quest operates into. Ability to participate into larger RFPs globally, that's going to be an advantage to us jointly, on a combined basis. It also helps to leverage the digital platforms that we have. Thus, somewhere it also brings in the cost efficiencies in overall, plus a larger base of employee that employee mobility becomes much easier and better for people to gain and retain talent within the organization.
Mr. Srinivasan, yes, I do get that point. You'll have larger customer base, of course, revenues will consolidate. But if you have to give a number to that, because that's what your shareholders would want to know, right? What is the cost synergy that you're looking at, considering your customer base will come together, the HRO operations that you spoke about, and what does it mean in terms of revenue synergies for you? If you can give us that number.
So yeah, cost I would come, because the intention of this merger is not all about cost. The intention of this is to find a greater volume for the if I take the Allsec's growth, within the kind of from since we have invested to now, they've been able to grow to an extent, but to accelerate from there, at least to about 30 to 40% is quite easy by leveraging the existing customer base from where they are. We just closed the year at about 317 crores with a PAT of about 36 crores. So, definitely the synergies bring in much larger number. To put a number, about anywhere between 35 to 40% growth.
35 to 40% is the immediate synergy that you see in terms of a revenue jump. 317 crores, like you said, is what you did last year. A 35 to 40% jump would take the company to anywhere between 400 to 450 odd crores, that band. What is the eventual scale that this can go to? What's your plan? Because you've said that ability to participate in large deals, given the size of Quest's balance sheet, is one of the major drivers for this. So, could you give us a sense whether there is a pipeline of the sorts? Because, what the street really wants to know is, for the 2% equity that you are diluting because of this, what would be the addition in the overall revenue and the net profit?
So, Allsec has two line of businesses. One is HRO, and second is the customer lifecycle management. And customer lifecycle management within Quest, Quest has a platform which caters to the domestic market, and Allsec caters to the international market. So that's the first block. And Allsec gets to leverage, Connect gets to leverage the international customer base, and vis-a-vis Allsec gets to leverage the domestic base. So integration of both also, brings in the kind of ability to a larger reach. So that's one. HRO business, again, largely, if you look at, we are, majority of our revenues come from domestic. Now, with integration, Quest having its presence in more than 10 countries, we get an access to much larger geographies to operate from, and this in itself overall combined growth in terms of anywhere between about 20 to 25% is quite easy as per our order pipeline that we are looking at, and the way we have designed this as part of this merger.
So you are saying that pipeline growth will be around 20 to 25% and revenue growth after this will be around 35 to 40%.
Individually, that's right.
Okay, that is good to know. So, if you can give us a sense of the order book currently for Quess is around 13,700 crore rupees. In say 2 to 3 years down the line, with the amalgamation coming into place and getting approvals, what would the larger order book look like for you?
So, if you look at Quess has even at this size, Quess has a good ability to grow at a 20%, the way the markets are reacting to us, and a lot of employment creation and overall the kind of development that is happening. So we are seeing a clear 20% growth year on year. So, I can't give a guiding number here, but 20% growth is something that is at a consolidated level. We are quite, keen about to put it across as a number.
Are there any other operational costs that you will save? You did say that there would be HR, sort of amalgamation, etc., all of that, but you would save on a lot of regulatory costs as well, right? Now, instead of having 2 listed companies, you will have just one company. What would be the potential savings through that?
So that's right. From the modeling that we have done, it's roughly about 1% from the Allsec's turnover. So that's the kind of saving that we potentially see. But as we move ahead in quarters, I'm sure that can be much better leveraged.
Another question then, your margins are around 4.5%, 5% between that band for the overall Quess business, whereas Allsec has about 25%. With this growth that you foresee in Allsec and the kind of revenue contribution that it will bring to you after it grows 35-40%, what sort of overall margin mix do you foresee in the next say 2 to 3 years?
See, Allsec, since acquisition, 73% is already integrated into Quess as part of our GTS platform, and on an average, there we are able to command anywhere between 13.5% to 14% of our EBITDA margins, right? So the balance merging into Quess can only, I think it will adjust to go somewhere between about 14 to 14.5% over a period of next 3 years. So that 1% jump is a kind of good trajectory for Quess in itself to sustain and grow. Most importantly here, what we have to look at is, the cost to serve for Allsec would be high when it becomes a competitive bid, and leveraging Quess's platform and merging into this also helps them to reduce their cost to serve, and that also impacts to gain more traction with our customer acquisition. So that's where Quess plays a key role in this entire integration, and of course the Allsec platform takes advantage of that.
Okay, all right, Mr. Srinivasan, thanks a lot for joining us and giving us all those details. So that's the word coming in from Quess Corp. This amalgamation with the step-down subsidy would mean an immediate revenue growth of around 30 to 35%, and they are bullish on the profitability as well. With that, we'll slip into a short break.